Hey, Ron. Hello, love. Hey, how you doing, Ray? Because you're second. Ray, how's it been going? You've been working hard. Hello, Billy. How you getting along tonight? Yeah, as a brother by another mother, I guess. Ray, if that gas keep getting you higher, you're going to have to go buy that motorcycle. Well, you always on the top of the list, darling. You buy that motorcycle and get about, oh, what, 70 miles a gallon out of it? Something like that. Hello, hello, Miss Amy. How you doing tonight? At 250, probably get that, won't it? Won't it, Ray? Hello, darling. How you doing? Hello, Miss Diane. Yeah, that's what I thought. Somewhere in there. That little old bike I'm looking at, they claim will get 100, but of course it's a small bike. No, we're talking motorcycle, Billy. Well, did anybody get in any trouble this week, or good trouble, or bad trouble, or just in between? Or I know Diane stays in trouble, and Amy's about right behind her. That's just about a right size bike, right? Loves, I know she stays in trouble. Huh. Yes, darling. You say so. Lord, if you need any help, Ron, holler at me. I get in trouble just getting up in the morning. Now, what is that, Billy? A Concord? Kentucky. Hello, Miss Fairy Dust. Here comes trouble for sure. I'm not familiar with that concourse, Billy. Tell me about it. What size is it, Billy? Oh, it's pretty good sized bike then. All right. Y'all hang on just a minute. I got to check on this puppy of mine. Sorry about that. I guess he was just dreaming. I was making all kind of weird noise. I figured I better check on him. It must have been a bad dream because he was sure whining. Yeah, I'm pretty bad about that myself, Billy. Where you at? I like to make long trips on them bikes. Hello, Dan. How you doing? Uh-oh. That one's in trouble for sure. What's the longest trip you made on your bike, Billy? Yeah, Mike, you done changed up on us here. Ray, have you ever done any long trips on your bike when you rode before? 1,000 miles? That's a nice trip. I made a pretty good little run last year. I run a couple 1,000 miles. Went up into all the way up into Idaho. Have you ever taken any long trips? Oh, okay. I tell you what, I enjoy that. Me and that other little dog I had, we used to get on that motorcycle and go. Billy, I got an old man's bike. I got one with a sidecar on it. What? Diane, explain that one. I got where I don't care about flying much anymore. I used to fly a lot. I think you do for your work, don't you? That was a pretty good bike, though, Ray. Honda built some good bikes. Yeah, probably. Oh, come on, girl. You know better than that. Yeah, these electric starters are nice, that's for sure. But I still like to have a Kickstarter on one if I can. In fact, this new bike that I'm trying to buy, it's got both. But it's a little bitty. I had one of the first 750 Hondas in four cylinders. That was a smooth riding bike. Then a little bit later on, I got in the Gold Wing for about a year. Oh, Mr. Man, how you doing tonight? I'm sitting there looking at this thing, Ray, trying to figure out how long it would take me to run out to Quartzsite before y'all go down to the slab. I don't know if I can make it or not. That's a smooth running old bike, wasn't it? Oh,
Hello.
got just a little class in the place now.
I don't know about that.
How you doing, Amy?
I'm all right. How are you?
Oh, just as mean as ever. We talking motorcycles. You know, you a motorcycle chick? Don't
Yeah.
like them?
No, I've never been on one. Never had any interest to. So, hey Wayne, hey Brene.
Now I can just see Amy sitting up on the back of one of them motorcycles, the hair blowing in the wind.
They kind of scare me in a way. Hang on a second.
That was one of the first ones around, wasn't it, Dan?
Well, hello, Pineapple Man. We can't hear you.
You ain't never gonna live that down, Ron.
We can't hear you. There's an echo when we can hear you, though.
I got to get the echo out of mine. I finally got where I just got to kill YouTube. It still comes back every once in a while.
Ray, I necessarily wouldn't say that I'm feeling better. It's been a very rough 3 days. But I'm in a good headspace at this moment in time. Like 5 hours ago, I was a freaking mess.
See, that's what that motorcycle is good for. I mean, you can get on there and forget all that stuff and then just enjoy riding.
I think I'm going to go out to Palo Duro Canyon tomorrow.
Oh, I don't need trip. That's the weirdest thing in the world. It's just old flat country, and all of a sudden, it's bam, you're right up on that big hole in the ground. You can't even tell you're around it until you get right on top of it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm very curious about it. So I'm going to go out there and I'm going to film, and then I'll go live out there at one point. And yeah.
It's a neat place. There's one place up there I haven't been around Amarillo, and that's the Caprock Canyon. It's supposed to be part of Palo Duro Canyon, I think.
Okay.
And but they claim it's neat too. Hello, Troy.
Hey, Troy.
If I get in a bad mood, it's no joke. I go get on that motorcycle of mine and start riding, and I can start unwinding it. That's the reason I keep it, man.
Mm-hmm. I haven't. Yeah, there's still an echo though. But I haven't been able to, especially being new to Amarillo, for me to get out of this negative headspace last month.
I believe you're gonna have to kill YouTube, Ron. You still haven't got any sound.
Oh, no, he's muted now. There he is.
I don't have.
There we go.
Now. Sounds better now. Is it better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to reboot. I've been working this computer out this week, and probably haven't restarted it in a couple of days. And I've been riding it hard, as they say here in Texas. Ron,
been riding it hard. What are you talking about?
My computer, my laptop. It was.
Oh, okay.
It was running out of RAM to run all that stuff. I had to shut it down and restart it.
Gotcha.
I missed part of that conversation. I had to ask.
So what's up, Amy? What's going on?
Same old crap that I've been dealing with the last month.
Barry does. Do you like riding bike? You sound like you've been on a few of them.
I'm still getting that feedback. Not with Ron, but with Amy's.
Maybe turn your mic down just a little bit.
I think that will help. Me?
Yeah, turn your mic down just a little bit, see if that helps.
All right. Test 1, 2. Yeah, it's showing normal. I got automatically adjust mic volume.
Yeah. I just switched mine back.
How's that? Is that better?
That's better for me. How about you, Amy?
I think so. Yeah.
Sing something.
Amy. Oh.
Sing something, Ron.
You can tell I'm fake echoing.
Maybe it is me. I don't know. No, we're good now.
Reminds me of an old joke, but I'm not going to tell it on here.
Why? It's your show.
Oh, no, this is a family show, Ron.
Oh, it is.
When is it a family show?
I didn't say what family.
Well, yeah, right.
Hey, yo, plumb hurt my damn feeling.
I gotta lose this green screen. It's bothering me.
Ray, you gonna have to come up here and help me on this deal and gang it up on me. What you been up to? And now I'm just gonna ask nice and polite. What have you been up to today, Ron?
Me?
Yeah, you.
I actually worked some, and I prepared some because I can't decide whether I want to hit the road again so soon. I just got back from the east, and got things I got to do with my car to get it inspected. Inspections due this month. You know how that goes, and I got a couple of things to do with it, and I got to spend some money there, and I don't know. I just haven't decided. It's one of them situations where, and if it happens, it'll happen tomorrow or Friday morning. I mean, tomorrow's Friday morning, right? Yeah. Tomorrow morning, I'll just make a decision whether or not to go west or not. Like you were talking about going to Quartzsite and then the slabs. So I gotta, I'm gonna be making that decision here in a few hours, actually, in the morning, because I don't know. Dee's just about got me talked into it when he was over there on Greg's live. I've been entertaining the idea of going out there anyway, but man, there's just no time for everything.
Yeah.
And
will you come through Amarillo if you do, or no?
Yeah, I'll come through Amarillo if I go, because I'll be going to Colorado first. I got a couple of friends that hit me up on my DMs recently and wanted to. I was back east when they hit me up and wanted to know when I was going to be in Colorado. I said I didn't know I was supposed to be there. Well, get your butt here. So I'm going to go by and hang out with them. And the pushing everything back to the 11th, like they were talking about. Ron, I guess you saw that. I don't know if you did that or not, Amy, but pushing it back to the 11th for Joshua, for the slabs and Joshua Tree, kind of helps me out in that department, because
what was the reasoning for
that? I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I know that D just kind of got in touch with and Travis and all of them and sorted it out so that she could tell the rest of everybody else what the plan is. And everybody's invited. Of course, everyone always is.
What are you doing?
Who, me?
Sound like a cat scratching.
Oh, I got some schmutz on my. It's probably dried up slit. Slits that comes out of your face when you sneeze.
Yeah. Oh crap! Dang, Amy's being pretty nice. She didn't even tell us not to look at her butt when she got up.
Why would?
I don't know why you'd want to look at it anyways, but Hey, Crystal.
It's got to look better than Kevin's.
Oh, hell yeah.
I don't know.
Kevin's butt's too bony for me.
Everybody put a 1 in the chat if they think Amy's got a good looking butt.
No,
I can't see the chat because I don't have YouTube open. Let me see if
you should be able to see the chat. I can see the YouTube open.
How? Comments? Oh,
so yeah, comments.
Gotcha. I pay something a month for this thing to have 10 people on the screen and everything. I don't know nothing about it hardly.
I still haven't paid. I still haven't gone to pay for it. I still have the free version.
You get by with it.
Dang, these ones are adding up, Amy.
Oh. Thank you, Diane. She prefers Kevin's. Yes.
Too bony.
Oh, isn't that the truth? Damn, that wouldn't be much competition though, Ray.
I like butts with a little meat on it. Since we're talking about it.
Amy said, damn, I shaved my legs for this.
I mean, I won't go as far as to say PHAT fat, but
Yeah, you're down lower than Amy. I wouldn't run my mouth too much. She hit you right on top of the head. Look funny with that cap over your ears.
I don't know. And my head would pop out the top if she managed that.
Diane says that Kevin is a perfect handful.
Lord, I haven't drank any Schlitz malt liquor in so many years.
I used to be a handful. I don't know what it's been so long since anybody's reached for it. I don't know if it's still a handful or I don't think it's gotten that big. I'm not really spreading out any more than I always have been.
Damn, I think I'm in the wrong chat.
Crystal, I'm not sure.
Oh, Lord.
Crystal,
that stuff is bad, Troy. That Schlitz malt liquor will wear you out.
I didn't see you there. How you doing, Dan? Good to see you.
You talking about that 305 Honda, Dan? The first bike I had was a YZ250 Yamaha.
Well,
that was
worth a computer. No, Troy.
Low. How you doing, Dan?
Barry prefers a man's butt. Diane says, "What, Bernie?" So, who's your question to there, Bernie? Do you men prefer? Oh, rock hard butt or smack that?
Hello, Linda.
I like it when it jiggles.
Well, I gotta say I like both of them. It just depends on how tensed up it is.
Hey, Linda, how you doing? Good to see you.
Hey, Linda.
It's been a while.
What am I just showing off now? I got up again?
Yeah, see.
No, that's not.
All the coconuts walk by. Give them a rating.
Damn, that was an evil laugh, Amy.
I'm sure it was Tony who said this. And why am I doing?
No wonder you like them cruises with all them coconut trees. Well, old bike would run. I got the hottest bike I ever had. Kawasaki 900. They just made it 1 year. And that thing hit 160 before you could blink.
That motorcycle had it out for you, Dan.
That RD 400, them were 2-stroke bikes, man. They'd get it.
So, Crystal, I take it your husband said yes?
What?
Going on a cruise. No, so I have an employee comes up to me today. She goes like, it's like 8 o'clock. We were really slow because being Ash Wednesday. When she comes up to me and she's like, I have to go home now. And I look at her and I go, why? Because my husband told me I had to go home now. And I'm like, okay. Like she was in a fight with him and he demanded she come home. And I'm like, all right, we were slow enough anyways. I'm like, just go. Like, get your stuff done and go.
I think the funniest thing that I ever had happened when I was working people. I had a guy that worked for me for like 10 years, and he never wanted to use a telephone or anything like that. And we hit a lick one day and did about 3 days worth of work in one day and wrapped a big job up. And it was like on a Friday. And I told the book, we're going to shut this thing down at 12 o'clock. Y'all go home. I'll pay you for the rest of the day. We really did a good job. And so the guy's name was Odell. And he come walking in the office and said, Ronnie, can I borrow the phone? I said, well, sure, Odell. What do you need? He said, well, my wife's not used to me coming home till about 6 o'clock in the afternoon. And said, I don't want to walk in on anything, so I'm going to call her and tell her I'm coming home. And the bad part about it, he was stone ass serious now. I thought, ooh, now he's going to have a bad wife or she's got a bad boyfriend, one or something.
I have many crazy stories over the years. Like, I wish I would have like been writing a book. Like, it would be a bestseller. Like, geez, the stuff that I've seen and like kid that I fired threatened me over COVID pay, and then he's like, I never did this. Like, dude, somebody sent me the screenshots. Like, I have it, and so he's like, email them to me, and I emailed them, and I never heard anything back. Like, you're trying to kill me, like, because you didn't make enough COVID money because you were an employee for like 3 days before we shut down for COVID.
Oh, you can get some.
Like, no, this was bad. I had to file a police report over what he said, and he was not allowed on property. And if he came onto property, he would be arrested because it was that bad. Like, and the police patrolled the building like those first couple days. And like, because I got the message and I told my boss and I said, hey, this is what happened. What do I do? And he's like, let me hold on. And he turned it into our legal department. And then they told me I needed to file a police report.
Wow. Only time I ever had something like that happen, and I probably worked with 100 different guys. I had one guy and I fired him. And the reason I fired him is he didn't show up for work for 2 days and didn't call me. And he got hot and come up there and throwing a fit. And one of the secretaries in the office called the sheriff's department. The sheriff come down there, talked to him. He told me, he said, Ron, I'll see you later. And told that guy, said, I'm leaving. This is up to y'all. You go ahead and do whatever you want to, but I think you might ought to leave Ronnie alone. And the guy said he didn't want no more, and he left, and that was the end of it. Never heard nothing else out of it. But I hadn't been back from service too long about then, and I was a little bit salty. Glad you grow out of all that. You ever hear that Johnny Cash song that I'm a winner?
Probably. Hey,
That
Michael
song.
Ann.
Hello, Miss Michael Ann. Them things would get after it, wouldn't they, Dan?
Oh, the best story that I think I have. This is a good one. I had to call the cops on my last day before I got COVID over fighting, cheating lesbians.
Oh Lord.
So I'm working extra. So I'm putting the food on the tray, making sure. And one of my employees comes up to me and he's like, Amy, there's a situation out front that needs a manager. And I'm like, okay. It's like 8 o'clock on a Friday night, 8:30. So I go out front and our front doors, we had the doors here. The first set of inside doors are here and the outside doors are here. So on this door, I see an arm out this way, like a lady with her, and I see an arm in this way. And I'm like, okay. And I can hear them. I'm like in the back of the restaurant and they're at the front and I can hear them. I'm like, okay. So I walk up there and there's one lady standing outside. There's an old man. There's a random lady. And then there's this girl in the red hat. So the one outside she's like, you need to let me in. You're my wife and that's my son and it's his birthday. I need to be here. And the one inside in the red hat, she's like, you're not invited. This is a family thing. You need to go now. And the old man says something, and the one outside goes, you need to stay out of this. You're just a effing drunk. And I'm like, hit the panic button. They're going at it. And I finally get him calmed down. We get the one lady to leave. Old man comes in. Finds out the random lady that's standing there is the girlfriend. The one outside and the one inside in the red hat are married. This is the girlfriend standing here. And they were the ones who told the host that there was only, because this is when we had the mandate still of we couldn't have parties more than 8 and we could only see every other table. Because this is in July and we had just opened like the dining room. We're at 50% capacity. And when we go to seat them, there's like 10 of them. So it was the kid's birthday and the old man that was standing there, they were celebrating his birthday. They had just ordered the food. Like the server was putting in the food when all this going down. He's ticked. He stands there and he waits. He pulls his wife and he's like, we're going. So they stood up the host stand to wait for their food to go. But it was just, yeah. So the time I called the cops, they were fighting, cheating lesbians. So then I get a call after I diffuse the situation. The one's gone. They're back. They're waiting for the food. The alarm company calls. So you pushed your panic button? I'm like, yeah. Do you still need the cops? Oh, well, the situation's diffused. Well, they're on their way. And I'm like, cool. So I sit outside and wait for them to pull up. And the cop, and then the old guy sitting out there still waiting for his food. And he goes, do I need to go talk to them? And I'm like, no, I got it. So he knew why the cops were there. I had to buy like 3 tables foods because of all the yelling and cursing and these young kids hearing, and it was bad.
You can get into some stuff. I was over, me and a buddy of mine went on leave, and I met my parents over in Honolulu. And they had to go home that morning, and we still had a car rented. So me and him were just riding around, goofing off, killing time till we left that afternoon. And there were a couple gals that walking down the street, and I mean, they were dressed to kill and sexy dressed. And we made a block. We, young bucks and cutting up. We made a block. When we come back around, there were 2 more gals walking down the street. Good-looking women walked in this bar, and I told that buddy of mine, I said, man, we got to go check this place out. So we found a place to park the car, walked in there, and it was darker than hell in that bar. We walked over and sat down at the table. Cocktail waitress come walking up, and I take your order. And hell, his voice was deeper than mine was, and it was a damn cross-dressing bar. It didn't take me long to get my ass out there.
I saw that coming.
Ooh.
Something over here is talking to me, and I don't know what it is. Oh, it's my picture phone.
Sometimes your eyes will lie to you.
My picture from phone I film with. Want me to update it.
Hello.
Hey, Michael Ann.
Hey, Ron.
Hello, Miss Mike.
Amy.
Pick it echo up. Somebody say something. Say something, Ron.
Hello.
Oh, you're all right. No, it's not in there anymore. What the deal was just for a minute.
Be one of those things.
Where you wanting to go? Linda?
I think they're talking about the Oregon meetup.
No. I thought you was wanting to go to a gay bar or something. We're gonna make Amy spit food all over the place in a minute.
No, I went to one in college. It was like the happening place in Omaha, and I had a friend who lived in Omaha, so she dragged us all up there one weekend to go. I was very uncomfortable. It just, I'm not a big bar person anyways. Like big bars, like I want to go to a hole in the wall and sit there and drink.
Yeah. I got buddies of mine that still like to go to a titty bar or someplace like that, and that just never did interest me. Hell, if I see a pair of boobs bouncing around, I won't be able to touch. I don't want to just look.
Meg, I hope you had a good day as well.
Well, I had a pretty good day. I was looking for a dog half a day. My buddy just paid $800 for a German Shepherd puppy about 2 months ago, and that little old dog ran off. He ain't little anymore, but he ran off. We looked for him for, I don't know, 3 or 4 hours this morning. Never did find him.
Oh, that's sad. I wonder if somebody took him.
I sort of wondering myself. We found one guy that said he had seen a German Shepherd. That was it.
He went that way. No, he went that way.
It's a pretty dog. That puppy, when he was 3 months old, weighed 51 pounds.
Jeez.
Wow.
Yeah, he had feet that damn big around. He was going to be huge.
Gracie's growing a German Shepherd puppy.
Yep. Jacques.
Yep.
Callie's only 60 pounds.
Hmm.
He's a Shepherd Doberman mix. But
Little old dog of mine is not supposed to get over 25, but I think he done busted that. I think he's about 30 pounds now. I don't see how he is. He stays in a dead run all the time. I mean, he never stops.
The runner, huh?
Oh, he got 2 speeds, and that's running and sleeping. little bit of eating in between. Oh, me.
What sounds
What do you-
fun? I got to go back up and read. I missed.
Gotta go.
I had to run
Uh-oh.
out of
Crystal.
my car.
hey, Ray.
Thanks for dropping my link, Larry Burney. Appreciate it.
Yes,
Yes,
thank you
thank
for
you,
dropping all
Bernie.
the.
All right, Linda. We'll see you in a minute then. My last lab was what they call a blockhead. He was a big old black lab. He went 105 pounds. Huge. Biggest baby you ever saw in your life. I like labs. Labs are good dogs.
Hi, Meg. Linda, that's a good question. I saw it earlier tonight, but I don't remember it now. I need to know it though.
Ray would know because he's going.
Yeah.
June the 10th through something. June the 10th, I think.
That sounds right. Oh, right. Around there.
Yeah, fair. Ooh, that's a big dog, Troy.
It's a big puppy.
I don't know how much my cats weigh. But Malibu, like talking about like somebody taking that dog, somebody took Malibu, they would be returning him like 2 hours later. They're like, here, you can have this thing back. Like,
We had a cat.
mean.
I think we had him put down about 7 or 8 years ago. Got up to like 32 pounds.
Hello, William.
Malibu is between 15 and 20.
Somebody, I'm trying to think of who it was. Some friend of mine had a cat that weighed like 25 pounds. That thing was huge. And that one that was it, Nomadic Fanatic, that had that Dax or Jack, what it was, that was a big old cat. Looked like a bobcat. I got a friend of mine that raises those kittens, Amy, that are bobtail, and you know they walk. I don't know. They look like a bobcat or a lynx.
Okay.
Those things get pretty good size.
You're muted, Ron. This Ron.
I said he got himself a brand new cat now.
Yeah, he got a little one. I think he's had that little one for a while.
I don't know why, but when I think about him and his cats, you know, Jack passing away and him getting the news, is that Seinfeld episode where George is supposed to feed the lady's cat and he forgets to feed it and it dies, and he says, well, she can get her a brand new cat.
You ever hear of a comedian named Roy Mercer?
Yeah, by God.
Yeah, how big a boy are you?
How big old boy are you?
He got one of them skits he does is talk about somebody's cat that he was taking care of, and the cat goes out with this foam that you seal everything with. The cat got to peeling the top of that foam off and glued his mouth together, and he was wanting to find a taxidermist to taxiderm him where he could give the cat back to the owner and they wouldn't know the difference. I laughed till I like cried. Crazy. First time I heard him on the radio, hell, he had me plumb damn mad before. I thought somebody was serious. I don't believe I'm ever going to get over this crap. Roy D. Mercer, how big a boy are you?
How big old boy are you anyway?
He was
I'll come
funny.
down there and whoop your ass. How big old boy are you anyway?
He was a DJ on a radio station. And he just called somebody up just out of the blue and
Yeah,
started
and he
giving
just make them mad, man. Make them mad.
Oh, yeah.
How about I just come down there and whoop your ass?
Yeah.
How big old boy are you anyway? Funny.
Yeah, Ron gave you plenty of tips, Ray.
Car camping tips. Well, I don't know. The only reason why I succeed in my car is because my passenger seat. It's just I can sleep in it. I sleep in it good. I sleep in it good. I mean, you know, when you're getting to be a man of my age, sometimes you have to get up more often during the night. I do that at home, but in my car, it does not so much. So I don't know. It must be more comfortable. I don't know. I don't know what's up with that, but just something I statistically noticed. I don't think I don't think you have that worry yet, there, Ray.
That's part of the reason I was thinking about going on out to the slab. They brought I had loaned my casita out, and they brought it back today.
I looked at a casita the other day, and it was listed on Marketplace for less than an hour. I couldn't even see if I had enough money for it before it was gone.
Oh, man, them things. I can get about $3,000 more for my casita right now than I paid for, and it's a 13 model, I think.
Ray, my advice would be to make sure you have a bucket. Make sure there's room in there for a bucket, which is very hard to do. I don't have room for a bucket.
I think Ray's already got the bucket covered, but I don't know if he can take it on the plane with him.
That's what I was
Do
going
you
to say.
know
How
what
do you
you
take all your
Ray,
necessities on a plane?
do you know
Not
what
have
you
to
do
buy-
with the bucket? Do you know what you do with the bucket, Ray? You need a bucket. You need a car. Those are pivotal for car camping. Yes, bucket needed. Not 5. You don't need 5. There's no room for 5 in there.
Maybe find a collapsible one that you can put in your luggage.
But and then one that you leave.
Go sit on it.
Well, Ray, I don't want you coming to my house and getting any buckets because we got a bunch of them we plant plants in. They got holes drilled in the bottom of them. That might be messy.
Right. Gross. There's no room for that in there, Linda, in the car. He's talking about a car. No, if the passenger seat's comfortable, that you got it made. At that point, you got it made. But if it's not comfortable, but you can take it out and make a flat platform, that'd be good. It's not that bad for me. I did buy something new for my camping setup for when I'm actually camping. I bought this this tent,
Those are handy.
Yeah.
and if I got it calculated just right, this I can set up and then have it right next to my car. My car door swing out into it, and so I have the other side of the tent from the car opens too. Those flaps open too, so it'll be like my car bed is inside a tent, but it's not. Anyway, I got that yesterday, I think. I was going to try it out in Colorado, but it may go further west now that the dates have changed on that meetup.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. I tell you what, you can camp just about any way you want to camp. You can go from a tent all the way up to a Class A motorhome.
Or a motorcycle.
Yeah, I've done a bunch of that.
Yep. You just take you take a warm sleeping bag on a motorcycle or a very small packed down up tent or bivouac or something.
That rig of mine, I got that big old road glide, but I got that sidecar on the side of it. And I can put a hell of a camp in that sidecar. I mean, I got tent, cot, stove, cooler, the whole 9 yards, you know.
Sounds like a plan though, Ray.
Oh, I've rode a lot of miles and camped a lot of times out of that thing.
Mm.
Well, that little dog of mine that died here about 6 months ago, he liked to ride that motorcycle. And he'd get in his little carrier on the back. We'd go. We did about a 2,000-mile trip last summer.
So
I enjoyed that.
The cozy Malibu.
Right? You just see this cat head back there.
Peeking over
what?
your butt. The cat just laying there peeking over her butt.
Oh,
He's right here. I have one of these body pillows back here, and he's sitting on top of that. He loves laying on it. He's such a little brat.
He says, "It's my bed."
Demon Kitty.
For sure he is.
yeah, I've done that too, Troy, but I don't like it. I hate sleeping on the ground.
He looks like he's scheming back there.
He probably is.
What? Who, me?
He's looking at us. He was looking at at your butt before you reached around there to pet him. Now he's just licking you.
Yeah, he's licking me and then he'll bite me.
I'm not going there.
Although he knows he's on camera. And so he knows. This cat, he was playing fetch the other day, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna catch this on, try to make it short. So I'm filming him. He realizes it, drops the ball, and walks away. Twice.
All right.
Cats are funny.
It's like trying to get Callie when he's dreaming. Very quietly, and as soon as I hit the button, he stops moving. Turn it off, and he'll lay there.
Ooh, the ice melted. I need a new one.
Oops, still got some.
Yeah, Crystal, you're right. He's not a dummy. He's a very intelligent cat. Very intelligent cat.
I think I need to sit on my hand just to keep them tight.
Yeah, let's see. What is this reserved where, Bernae? Where y'all going?
We were talking about Oregon stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll be there.
Ray said he'd be there the 11th, 12th, 10th, 11th, 12th.
10th, 11th, and 12th, I think I saw.
I will be there in sharing Gracie's spot or Dina's spot, either before.
10th, 11th, and 12th, yeah. That's when Ray said he'd be there.
Oh, here comes trouble. Hello, Angie.
So William is asking if we ever do April Fool's jokes at work. I wouldn't say they're April Fool's Day's jokes. So we will play jokes on new people. So I have the best story. So one day, it was January, and it was right before I got promoted. So 8 years ago. And we were bored. It was a snowstorm. We were slow. We were bored. So I was just the assistant manager. So the manager and I are bored. And we're like, let's get one of our hosts to go to the restaurant next door, which is a sister concept, and we know the managers. So we'll switch product and everything, and like you need crayons, run over there and get crayons or whatever.
Oh, I think you told me this story.
And so we decide that we're going to send our dumb host. We had a smart host and a dumb host. They're high school kids. And we decide we're going to send the dumb one over to get the squeegee sharpener. So I go up to the host stand when the smart host walks away, and I was like, hey, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to go next door to such and such and ask for Tony and tell him that Amy needs a squeegee sharpener. She's like, okay, well, I'll drive. And I'm like, why are you going to drive? Just walk. It's right next door. Like, you're going to waste more time driving. The smart host comes up, they start arguing over to this restaurant to get the squeegee sharpener. The manager goes, yeah, just let him know that we'll return it. Our new one is coming on the truck. It will be here in a couple days. We just need it for tonight. So the dumb one finally says, okay, well, I'll go. I'll just walk over there and I'll get it. She's gone forever.
Looking everywhere for it.
And, oh, I like that. Wait for a Tabasco bottle refiller. So she finally comes up. And she comes up to me. I'm standing next to her. She's like, Amy, Tony is pissed. And I'm like, why? She goes, well, I guess he won't give you the squeegee sharpener until you give back the bacon stretcher that you guys borrowed and haven't returned. She goes, what does a bacon stretcher do, Amy? I was like, well, you know when you cook bacon, it will like shrivel up. Well, the bacon stretcher will keep it straight. Oh, okay. So here comes the manager around. We had these bands that we had on our seasoning that were labeled, they were like big rubber bands that would say like meat, seafood, poultry, whatever. And he took the metal ring that was on our stake weights, on our reflectors, and he took that and he put each of these red bands on either end of this metal spring thing, gives it to her. She takes it back to the restaurant and gives it to them. And she comes back and she's like, Amy and Dave, I hate you. There's no such thing as a bacon stretcher or a squeegee sharpener either.
Was she blonde?
Yes. But I had already called over the manager. I called over there. I'm like, hey, Tony, it's Amy from next door. I go, I'm sending this host over to get a bacon or a squeegee sharpener. I go, I don't care what you tell her, but she'll be over there in like 5 minutes. When the store was next to the Blockbuster, they would send new hires over to get the training videos. It would piss Blockbuster off. We told the busser he needed to get all the stale air out of the walk-in. So he's in the walk-in with the big trash bag getting the air, and they told him that he had to go release it into the dumpster. That was a good one. Counting sugar packets for inventory. There's lots of good ones. But I like the Tabasco refiller. I've never heard of that one.
That can backfire on you, though.
Yeah.
When I was in the military down at San Antonio, we had a drill sergeant that was pretty bad about doing stuff, go downtown and get a can of striped paint or left-handed monkey wrench or something like that. He told us,
get a can opener.
yeah.
Or one is they would tell them that they were looking for some and they're like, oh, it's in the basement. And then they would spend like 15, 20 minutes trying to figure out the basement. Well, the one store I was in, on the back panel of light switches, there was one that was labeled basement.
Well, this sergeant told this guy that he needed a sky hook.
Sky hook,
and
that's the one.
And I saw this. This really happened. And the kid that he told that to worked for a company that built a forklift called a sky hook. And the guy was smart enough. He went to the orderly room, signed out, got the requisitions for the fuel, the whole 9 yards, got on an airplane, flew to Wisconsin from San Antonio, got a damn sky hook that cost $250,000 and drove that damn thing back to San Antonio and gave it to that sergeant. That sergeant was a PFC the next morning.
That's way better than me messing with a couple pre-printed on the job site. Pull that on a couple of little greenhorns.
I never did that stuff at work. I wouldn't do it on my phone. And the person there was my boss, and he was an East Indian doctor, and sarcasm and right over his head.
I was in construction. We gagged each other all the time. I remember on one April Fool, though, if you want to tie it to April Fool's Day, of me and my work partner convinced another co-employee that the brand new van that he picked up earlier in the week was now rolling downhill towards the riverbank. And by the time he whipped himself around and looked to see, to start running after that van and realized that it wasn't actually moving, because he saw it moving. And when he realized that it wasn't moving, he just kind of collapsed on the driveway of the residence we were working at. And by the time he stood up, he said his knees were shaking because, all that would have happened was that if his van rolled backwards, it rolled across the street, down the driveway of the house, across the street, and right into the river. And that's the vision he had in his head when we man, your van's rolling in the river, get it. And we both did that at the same time and act like we saw it at the same time. But the best part of that is completely by accident, we also got another co-worker that was there, that was working, in front of the van that's supposed to be rolling downhill with his back, and he was working with his back to it. So he also whipped around to try to save the van. And when he did, he knocked all his work equipment over onto the. Me and my work partner, we just collapsed. We were laughing so hard.
I tell you what, sometimes it can get pretty rough. Of course, I was in the steel business, construction business, and them boys play rough now. They don't. It's not light. And the favorite deal that they would do, they'd be welding on something with some heavy rod, and that short end of that rod just be red hot. They'd walk by and drop it in somebody's pocket, just or catch somebody with a pair of Levi's on at the bottom of them was fuzzed up. Walk by the cigarette lighter and light it. Man, that damn thing will burn. Or light the back of somebody's shirt. Or, they was always doing something. My favorite deal used to be you get somebody that having steel lunch boxes, sit there and tack a lid shut on one of them lunch boxes. That's
yeah. I was stationed in a shop at a welding bench there for a while, and there was a couple other guys that worked in the same shop, more welders as well. They were already, there when I came, and so and we were all on welding benches, welding stations, several feet apart, and I'd flip my hood down and I'd go about my business, and that business was usually to weld seams of up to 4 feet long in stainless steel piping and stuff. So I'd be under that hood and I'd smell something. I'd be like, "What in the world?" The back of my shirt is on fire, and I'm like, "How did?" Because I got slag going everywhere. That stuff's falling in my shoes. It's getting in my gloves. It's getting behind my welding gear. And I just got used to it. It didn't bother me too much. But fire gets hot quick. Anyway,
Hey, Janice.
Anyway, it was when this happened, it was wintertime. So I had other shirts on. I had, long underwear on underneath that. Because the shop was usually open when parts move in, we work on them, and they move right back out. And come to find out that one of the other guys in the shop was pranking me, and he kept catching my shirt on fire when I was, and I'd be like, "How's my shirt?" He's sneaking back there and catching my shirt on fire.
I tell you another one they were bad about doing. We used to work on a bunch of diesel tanks. And you'd fill them things up full of water to keep them from blowing up. And you get some old boy drop that hood down and be welding, especially some of them are sort of goosey, and pick that 16-pound sledge up and walk up beside them and hit that damn tank. I've seen them run halfway across the damn shop, just chunking hoods and welders and everything else.
There's little balls of melted steel flying everywhere, usually around that job, and catching something on fire is not all that unusual. but his thing was he was sneaking up and doing it from behind me. Usually you catch on fire somewhere up front where you see it, and the reaction's pretty quick though when you discover your butt's on fire.
I've seen them guys, how your jeans would get tucked in the top of a pair of boots.
Yeah.
And they'll just have that dent there. I've seen them boys take them red hot welding rods, drop them right there in that little crease, and they'd burn through that pair of breeches and go down in that boot.
You dance.
God almighty.
When you stuff your pants inside the top of your welding boots, and
hey, Timmy Ray.
Your work boots and your welding, and the slag gets down in there, starts burning, burn a hole in your foot. I've had that happen a couple times. Not stuffing my pants in there, but don't usually do that.
It's a wonder that anybody ever makes a year working in places like that. Construction people play rough, man. I mean, they work hard and they work outside in the heat and the cold, and they play just as rough as they work. No wonder somebody don't get hurt out of it.
They do sometimes.
Yeah, but most of the time they don't. And there's really,
Most of the time, yeah.
you know, somebody getting mad about it. But when there's 20 guys sitting there rolling around on the ground laughing, it's hard to stay mad, you know.
Yeah, it is. At that point, that's when my revengeful mind, my binging mind starts to take over. How am I going to get? I know it was you. I know it was you, and how am I going to get you back? Finally,
Sure.
I caught the person that was setting my shirt on fire. Shirts. He got like 3 of them.
Sorry, we had a second Louis that when we went on bivouac, when I was in training down at Fort Polk, he was lazy. And, you know, you're supposed to put your own tent and stuff up. Boy, he told a couple of them boys to go put his tent up over there. And they found the biggest damn patch of damn poison ivy that they could find. That old boy tent up right in the middle of it. And about 2 days later, we didn't have to worry about him no more because he was in the hospital. Because he'd been rolling around in it, sleeping in it.
Yeah, I'm really allergic to that stuff. I was digging a hole one time and I was sitting on the edge of the hole with my legs hanging in. I was wearing shorts. It was summertime. And sure enough, around the edges of that hole was it was more straw, straw grass on top of, how we have in this area. And but when it pushed down, it's pushed down on top of the poison ivy underneath, and I'm sitting right there in it, sweating and putting my, grabbing the side of it to hoist myself up. And I mean, I had to go get a shot. I was so swollen, I had to go to the emergency room and get a shot, cortisone shot. I was in bad shape.
That's not fun. We had 2 idiots when I was in high school that, for some reason, it got to be a kick where some of them kids were smoking grapevine, just like smoking a cigarette. You ever heard of that?
Mm-mm.
And they just cut their grapevine and light it and just smoke just like a cigarette. And 2 of them idiots picked up some damn poison.
Now, so nothing surprises me anymore.
Yeah. Some of them picked some damn poison oak up and smoked. It damn near killed.
Because imagine it comes from the oil in that. And imagine if you're smoking it, that oil is probably going down in your gullet.
And they were sucking it right down in their lungs. And one of them spent about 6 weeks in the hospital.
Imagine their airways swollen, their
So you sound like you've been in about as much stuff as I have.
Who? Troy? I've got the screen up full. I can't see the chat with it up full like that, so I have to go back and check. You haven't went to bed in 2 days, Timmy Ray. Goodness, that's some insomnia right there.
I haven't slept in a month.
You haven't done what?
I haven't slept so in a month.
Oh, slept well? Okay. I didn't know what you said for a minute. Well, how come on this thing, you can flip the comments on? And like if y'all are up on screen right now, can y'all type anything in the comments?
No. Only the host can type from the StreamYard side.
That's weird.
Yep, we gotta jump back to YouTube side to.
Yeah, you can go to YouTube side and do it. Okay.
So when we see any invaders, we got to go jump over to YouTube side to do anything about them.
Yeah, and that's 3 minutes behind or something. Yeah. Boy, I hate not to sleep like that. It gets after a while, let it go working.
Catches up with you.
I
But
used to be bad about what I call twilight, and it's where you're asleep but you're awake. You know what's going on, but you're half asleep too. You do that I used to do that a week or two at a damn time. Boy, it'll drive you crazy. You don't ever get into that REM, that deep sleep. But I tell you what I can do. I can lay down in the daytime, like a baby in the daytime, and just lay down and like turn the light switch off. Nighttime, I have trouble sleeping.
Right on, Linda.
I was saying, you guys have been in the service, you'd be almost trained to not sleep.
I said, right on, Linda.
Yeah, I think we were. I had a doctor tell me that one time. He said, y'all saw most y'all's action at night. But you're tensed up during the night, and the daytime was the safest time, so you slept in. I guess that's the way it was.
You get conditioned, and then you got kind of just in that low twilight sleep because you have to be aware.
But hopefully, once I get this vitamin D in me, it will help me sleep. Because I do have vitamin D deficiency.
Does it help, Amy?
I don't know. I've only taken it. Yesterday was the first day I took vitamin D. So today was day 2.
You need to get some
Finding
sun.
the right level, too.
You need some sun.
Yeah. That's why I'm going to Palo Duro tomorrow.
You need some vitamin.
Tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
You need some vitamin C, Amy.
Daggone it.
Right, John.
That's a private joke between me and Amy.
And if anybody here,
Uh-oh, there we go.
So, what are we going to do when I come to Amarillo?
I don't know.
Take you to eat a 72-ounce steak.
Yeah, I was going to suggest Palo Duro.
I'll go back.
You can't see Palo Duro in a day.
I was talking to my boss, or not my boss, my coworker, my co-manager, and we were talking about something, and I brought up the pineapple. Oh, because I said I was going to paint tomorrow, and I said I was going to paint a pineapple, so I told him the story. I go, so if you ever see a random guy sitting at the bar wearing a pineapple shirt and he asks for me, you'll know who it is.
Yeah, I was sort of disappointed in you, Ron. You were telling Ray how to rig that car up, but you didn't say a damn word about making room for that pineapple.
Ray's the blue heart dude. I'm the pineapple king. Hey, wait a minute. You're lying. I did not say that. I thought we were private. Amy, you didn't ever did tell me if you liked my video or not.
I told you I liked it. I liked the pineapples on the beach.
Oh, I think I did see that.
Yeah, we've talked about it.
She was even talking about it on her live, to telling people to go check it out. And she wouldn't even give all the descriptions. There's certain fruit on the beach, but she was concerned because they weren't upside down.
Yeah.
I made that video partially with you in mind for your entertainment.
I appreciate it.
You know what? That video had an actual budget.
That's what you were saying.
Yeah, it actually had a production budget. That video cost me a little bit of money, not a ridiculous amount, but I'm about $80.
You got the beer, the pineapple, the shorts. You already had the shirt.
No, I didn't have the undershirt.
Oh.
I bought that day. It's an OBX t-shirt. And yeah, I think that's I bought that chair as well. Because my old ratty chair, I left it at home. So I bought, but I didn't want to sit there at the beach in the sand, so I bought a chair for it.
All that's good advice, Ray, but it still don't work.
Mm.
I really,
I tell you what, I've got to have sunshine though. If the weather gets real bad and it's overcast and dark for 3 or 4 days, I start getting in a bad mood. I start feeling bad. Sun will come out, 30 minutes, I feel good again.
the sun will come out tomorrow.
No, I've always had issues with like getting good sleep, and so the whole vitamin D deficiency makes sense. But like this last month, like I'll wake up at 7:30 in the morning, and then I can't take a nap. Today I was able to take like a 10-15 minute nap before I had to go into work. And then I'll be up until 1:30, 2 in the morning, and back up at 7.
Crystal, I do not have a room assignment, and I have not paid my deposit yet. Kind of had a little bit of time there where I had to put a lot of stuff on hold. Planning for that is one of them. I haven't forgot about it though. I still got time.
Well, you're going to come.
8.
Whoops, excuse me. Go ahead, Ann.
Michael Ann and I are on deck 8. He's like across the hall and a couple of
Yeah, that could be interesting.
It's gonna be fun.
I'd like to be a little mouth and be here to some of those conversations.
Well, like I said,
Take some
I'm thinking
depends,
part
I
of the
think.
community.
Do what now? Both y'all talking.
Crystal, that by the way is still Plan A for me for October. So I'll just got to get ducks in a row. Right now, I think my priority's got to be. Although I really enjoy traveling in my car, it's really a joy. I mean, it's great. It's taken me so many places, and I can jet around to here and jet around to there, and I'm not hauling some big RV behind me or driving one or any of that stuff. And I enjoy it, but my first priority, I think, is going to be to upgrade. Because the car just doesn't have the space I need.
Yeah.
For the stuff that I need to live. I mean, everything's packed in there, and if you move one thing in there, it starts to get unorganized very quick.
You changed your name again there, Mike.
Yep.
Yes, I know Elvis is opening Saturday. I sent the message to Badge earlier today.
Happy birthday, little pissy Willie.
Yeah.
Yeah. There it is. They told me to take between 2,000 and 5,000. So I'm taking 5,000.
Hey, Ray, you want to trade? My car's a hybrid. It goes 600 miles per tank of fuel. Trade.
That's the one advantage that car has got, Ron, is the fact that it'll turn on and the air conditioner will come on or the heater will come on.
Yeah,
and go all by itself.
That now, I was watching Adventure Van Man Brian the other day, and he was in Arizona, and wherever he camped out that night in his latest video, got down to 20 degrees, and he turned his diesel heater off partway through the night, and slept in his bedding in 20-degree truck, and that's exactly what I do. I don't usually leave it running the whole night because I'm very conscious of the time that I do run it, because it seems to me it would be wear and tear on both the motor and the recharge cycles on the hybrid battery. And so I kind of just, for that reason alone, I'll turn the thing off halfway through the night and just go with my bedding, because to cut down on, and it uses gas. It don't use a whole lot of gas, because I mean, if you set it to the lowest temperature setting in there, and you're in a 20-degree night, with the lowest degree setting is 68, which is, well, it's whatever the coolest the air conditioner will go. It's still warmer than 20 degrees. So even if I turn it all the way down, it cycles a lot less often. But even still, I still turn it off most of the time. Sometimes this turning on and off starts annoying me.
Tell you what, I've got for cold weather, I've got a pretty good sleeping bag and a sleeping pad, and but I get these hand warmers, chemical pack. About 30 minutes before I go to bed, I'll chunk 3 or 4 of them in that sleeping bag, and it'll be toasty for 6 hours, 7 hours. And then in the morning, I always have my single burner stove and a percolator coffee pot sitting where I can reach it out of the sleeping bag. And I'll reach over and light that thing, and when it goes to perking, I'll, whatever your hand's warm and your coffee's ready, I'm ready to go then.
That is one of the drawbacks with my setup. I specifically remember I was camping with a couple of friends in Colorado, Banners, and we were in the high desert of west Colorado, central Colorado, and right just west of the Great Sand Dunes National Park. And it was Christmas Eve 2018, and it got like down to 8 degrees up there. Wasn't snowing, bad weather or anything, but it was cold. And it was so cold that, 8 degrees. That's pretty cold. And luckily the wind wasn't really blowing, but it was like a deep freeze out there. And I had this little ceramic heater at this particular campground. They actually have electric hookups. And so it's I think it's federal national part of the national park, but this particular campground used to belong to the state, and they left the electrical hookups running, so I could run an extension cord with a little fan, one of those little ceramic fan heaters, and just kind of partition off my passenger compartment and try to heat it. The cold overpowered that thing. It was too cold for that thing to handle it. And, so I mean, I literally had to throw on a couple more layers of blankets, and rather than run my car all night, I suffered through it. There is that option with any hybrid. I would imagine with my hybrid, that is an option that has paid off several times when it's really, really cold, or when it's really, really hot. Just go the opposite direction with the AC, and it does the same thing.
That's something that I've always wondered about. These ladies are nice and soft and warm until it gets cold as hell, and then they got the coldest feet and the coldest butt in captivity. Like getting in bed with a butterball turkey come straight out of the freezer. What are you shaking your head about, Amy? I never did figure that one out.
Kat said she makes a thermos of coffee and keeps it by her bed. That's a good idea. But what I was going to say earlier is it gets cold out there, and I mean the only thing you can do before you do anything is to open the door and get out. And you get out into that 8-degree temperature. Whoo, it's cold. Whoo. And there's nothing you can do. You just got to face it.
Brene, my vitamin D is per day. Oh, my thyroid was normal, vitamin D was not. So yeah, they were supposed to call me on Monday. She's like, on Thursday, she's like, we'll call you, we'll get everything in on Monday. We'll give you a call on Monday if anything's abnormal. If we don't call you on Monday, everything's good. They called me almost 5 o'clock yesterday to tell me that my vitamin D was low and everything else was normal.
Did any of y'all ever watch that video I put up? That You Gotta Love Them. You need to go watch that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'd love to get whipped if they go watch it.
You're getting enough trouble already. You want to cause more?
I'd like that one video I put up is I don't think I'm built for YouTube, but I couldn't wear a bikini and didn't have big boobs or a cute butt or any of that kind of stuff. And I figured I needed that to get popular. I'd advertise for somebody to fill in, but I didn't have any takers. I get tickled that you'll see somebody is talking about homesteading or survival, you know, and there'll be some little gal that got 3 Band-Aids on, you know, on a picture on the front of the deal. That's right, isn't it, Ray? I see Ray down there laughing, but he knows what I'm talking about. Well, Ray's got a pretty good following too. He was gonna do that one video chat from his bed, and he never did do that.
No, he didn't.
Nope, he's just trying to get people to come over.
Oh, I have a question, Ray, and I don't know if the answer is yes. I don't know how I missed it, but have you been on a video in a kilt yet? Have you climbed? Are y'all gonna still be held to that thing where y'all gonna go up Mount Whitney with kilts on?
Oh, he had his kilt on when Nomock was out there.
Yeah.
Did Ray have one on, or just Nomock had one on?
I think they both had one.
Did they?
But I don't know.
A screenshot of Nomock having his on before he gave the van to Nomock 1 to Sam. But
are you saying
out there?
Saying Ray is putting clickbait out?
Well, Ray did do the picture for Gina.
Well, I mean, he told everybody he was going to have that live in his bed, and he didn't. So I don't know.
And he's done the shower scene. And the magic Ray. No Mount Whitney
kilts.
You could take that a couple different ways.
The girl said that's the only way they'd watch you climb up there.
Another version of Twin Peaks.
Speaking of Twin Peaks, Kenny tonight.
Do what?
Speaking of Twin Peaks, where's Kenny tonight?
Where is
Because he was in Greg's just before this.
He was at Greg's. Yeah, he was at Greg's, but where is he now? Kenny, come take my place because I'm fixing to go to bed and try to sleep.
Janice has a good point. Maybe there are too many marshmallows and chips in his bed. All I know is I tuned in tonight. I'm at work. We were super slow. I go into the office to do something, and I turn it on. I see he's on. So I click on it, say hi. And next thing I know, he's throwing marshmallows at the screen. And I'm like, so we still have marshmallows just laying around.
That'd be nasty. That'd be nasty. Roll over on them marshmallows about 2 o'clock in the morning.
He's not Solex, Meg. Kenny like Solex.
I saw Solex earlier today.
Hey, I wonder if that works. Solex. See if he shows.
You would be sharing it, right?
I've done that before, and he showed up.
Well, it's not
He's an
before
alien from Alphador.
we've talked about Kenny before that he showed up. And who's like, oh, well, last night or this morning, I should say, in Down Under Cruisers, we got talking about him because he hadn't been in chat or anything, and all of a sudden he was there.
Solex. You talking about
I
Solex?
showed up to Down Under Cruisers and then I was out again.
I passed out. I passed out during Down Under Cruisers, and I passed out and raised this evening. It's like,
Oh,
Ray says, yes, I owe you bed talk and boondocking shower. Janice says he was throwing pies on his bed today. I missed that. I'm going to have to go back and rewatch this.
I was looking at this thing, and he goes like, oh, this pie, and he throws it over his shoulder. Apple pie, he goes, throw it over his shoulder. Don't look behind the seat. It's a dark hole down there.
You think that would get some people in here if I named this thing Pillow Talk?
Oh, I'm sure. But do you want those people around? That's how we summoned Germany with Darian.
Yeah, I can see that now.
Good, yes.
But trouble was Ron. Pillow Talk.
Pillow Talk with Ron.
Yeah. Hell, I might get lucky.
You might. What do I call my March Madness?
Oh Lord.
Janice
I'll be right back. You got another dog in.
Doris Day songs.
No. I'll make an ugly damn Doris Day. That's what I told somebody one time. I said, I sure am glad I was born a man instead of a woman. As ugly as I am, I still wouldn't get in. Look, Amy. I like Amy's little smile when she's thinking evil thoughts.
Hide behind my name now.
What mischief are you up to now, Amy?
I'm never up to any mischief. I'm an angel.
Oh, you are, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That's her name.
Hey, I am an angel.
In disguise.
I'm not disputing. I'm not challenging that. At least not right now.
Name something I've done that would not qualify me to be an angel.
Now, wait a minute. I don't want this damn live to last 2 more hours now. I can't stay up that late. If we go to name it and all that stuff off.
See, Meg says, yes, Amy the angel.
Well, you had a lot to do with the whole pineapple gag.
How? Let me explain to you what my damn pineapple meant. I was not in Branson. I was not at M21.
You were the online part. You were like the social media manager of the whole thing. You shopped ahead for Nate before he bought the pineapples.
No, Nate and I hadn't been even talking again at that point because when you guys were in Branson, he and I were not talking. And then he goes to M21 and decides to buy pineapples. I was on a cruise ship.
I don't know, Amy. It's really suspicious that y'all behind this. And then at the same time, you and Danny were catapulting the whole thing on like you were catapulting pineapples at me.
I don't know. But
You're acting all innocent.
I wasn't innocent. All I did was tell Kenny what upside down pineapples meant, and then you're the one who showed up to Branson wearing pineapples on your shirt, and it just makes me sick. I don't know.
How fair dust, it's sort of funny how that fella talk changes, isn't it? You first getting together and everything's all hot and bothered, where you sit there and talk for hours. If you get married, well, it's like, do you wanna? No. Good night.
I wouldn't know.
Oh, Lord. Lordy.
Not even going there.
Yeah, all the pineapples fall. There you go.
It's Ray's fault. Everything.
It's always Ray's fault.
Yep.
Troy, you cut your hair today and it's already growing back?
No, he shaved it a couple weeks ago for helping Hands for Cruising.
Kenny did his today.
Have you seen Kenny tonight? Boy, he got a buzz.
Yep. That's right down to the wood.
I was busting.
Oh yeah, he does that every couple months.
I was cracking on him in chat about it.
I'm not going to get into that this night.
Yep. Not going there.
I've never been married, so I don't know. Did live with a guy for almost 4 years.
I was
I've been there.
Married for 7, almost 8.
What, was y'all sharing rent or what?
I think I'm going to leave it alone.
No, I mean, that's.
I'm talking about the chat now.
Oh.
Yeah, no. When I was dating my ex, Tim, we lived together. Almost 4 years out of the almost 5 we were together.
Damn. Mine make more racket. I don't know if he had good dreams or bad dreams. Meg, I tell you what, it's like somebody asked me here a while back how long I was married. I turned around and looked at him. I said, well, can I add one of them? Stop that conversation.
Brene, yes, they absolutely do go through midlife crises.
Yep.
Absolutely.
No. I didn't. If I did, I didn't even notice it.
Hell, I ain't even got grown yet. There was somebody on here was talking about what they're going to be when they grow up. Said, hell, he wasn't going to be that because he wasn't ever going to grow up.
I'm going to be a YouTuber. I have aspirations.
Me too.
I have none.
Oh, come on, Amy. Yeah, pull up your big girl pants and get after it.
Mm.
Yes.
Renee's a lover, not a fighter. I was thinking that was kind of creepy. But since it was just off your head, it's okay. Midlife crisis, and what's your definition of normal?
But you know, no joking aside about that now. Somebody that they get married and they got a lot in common, they get along good. And one of them goes off and goes to work doing one thing and the other one doing something else. And a lot of the time, I think it's they just get off into a different world. You know, the corporate world for one of them, and maybe a self-owned business for another one. And they just get where they don't have anything in common anymore. It don't have to be. I get tickled. Most people think that a divorce has got to be a bad deal and it's all one person's fault, but that's very seldom true. It's usually two. You know, I really do think a lot of the time it's just people just mature in different ways.
Yep.
Especially if you met each other young and then got married younger, and then because I've gone through a lot of changes since I was a young adult, and
Oh yeah.
The anybody that makes it from then to now, I'll give them props because both people changing like that, and their ideas change, their desires change, their wants, what they want out of life changes. Yeah, imagine that's. I mean, that hasn't happened to me because.
That's right, Fairy Dust. I agree with you 100%.
So mine, I was kind of like not Meg on Meg's there, but I was almost 30, and my ex was 8 years younger. So he was only just 21, 22 when we got married. So he was way too young. And he hadn't had a lot of life experiences yet. So we were married 7, 8 years, and he decided to try some life experiences. And
like with my ex.
Well, about the time the kid gets grown, that's a bad time in a marriage because all of a sudden mama's got some time on her hands and she hasn't got responsibility 24/7. And usually the guy about that time has had 20 years that he's in business or moved up a ladder and he's making pretty good money and he's off in the corporate world. And, it just, completely 180 from each other. The other thing I think hurts marriage, and I think this hurts it more than anything else, is that used to a guy could work or a gal could work, one person could support a family. It ain't like that no more.
Yeah.
Two people, both people are working, and when they get off work, they come in, and I'll take the woman's side here. She's supposed to take care of the kids and cook dinner and help clean the house up, and he ought to be doing the same thing if you both work. But and what it does, it makes it where nobody's special anymore. I mean, she's not super glad to see him when he gets home because she hadn't talked to a grown up all day. And, he's used to getting spoiled when he comes home. And I really think that's a big part of it. Everybody's got to be special sometime, and it takes that away from them. Hello, River.
Hey, River.
So basically, your experience has just been that growing apart thing over the course of years. Wasn't no big blowout or conflict or anything. It's just an agreement that y'all are not the same people you were when you were younger.
Well, and it don't have to be 20 years. There's a lot of time that can happen in 4 or 5 years, really easy.
And that's what I was saying. Him and I, it was we had known each other for 2 years before he and I started dating. And then we were together for almost 5 years, and we just grew apart. And that's all it was. It was a mutual, break up, and like we ended it in September, but I had known in July like that it was over, and just like feelings had changed. I knew it was over, but living together, I didn't want to end up alone or homeless, and so I just kept at it. And then we just had a talk one night. Done.
Yeah, and there's a lot to that too. You know, a lot of people are scared to be by themselves, and a lot of people stay because of that.
But then I look back and I'm like, the timing of it was right in the sense of I moved in with my mom and my stepdad. My stepdad, that was in September. My stepdad at the end of October had told that he had a tumor on the base of his brain. He passed away in December, and so I was there for my mom. And then my aunt passed away the next month, and she had lived there too. And so then again, I was there for my mom. And then June came around, and I said, I got to get the heck out of here, and I got an apartment and never looked back.
But death in a family can cause a lot of that too. It just, if you have a lot of deaths in a family in a short period of time, that can make a hell of a difference. That's one reason. That's the second divorce I got. That's the reason I got it. After her mom died, I don't know. I guess she had to blame somebody. I didn't have nothing to do with it, but she hated my guts like I'd killed her mom. And it was so bad we even talked about it. She said, I don't know why I feel that way, but I do. Oh, well, you might as well just pack your bags and go when it's like that. And she wasn't a bad woman. I'm not knocking her. But marriage is a weird deal. I take my hat off to anybody that can get married and stay married. That takes two stubborn ass people.
I'll tell you about two of those people that I came to admire from within our community. I was filling time slots at the Adventures of Traveling Mike when we were doing the 24/7 thing. I got a chance to interview Stan and Dan, and man, they're ones that have been in long-term marriages, and they talked about how they made it work, and it was pretty cool to talk to them about that subject, and yeah, it was pretty. I enjoyed it. Those two have gone a long time with each of them with their wives, and more power to them. That's all I could say.
It damn sure takes two. One can't make it work. There ain't no way.
Yeah.
And there's nothing better than a good marriage. I do a lot of cutting up going on, but there's nothing any better than that. But there's nothing any worse than a bad one. Dang, there goes Amy's butt again.
There goes Amy's butt. We caught a glimpse of it.
Malibu's watching her.
I wasn't quick enough with my glasses.
Oh Lord!
Just teasing you, Amy.
She gonna put a knot on me and you both head.
Well deserved.
Yeah, Perry does. Sometimes I think they need, after you get older, it's like you ought to have about a week contract and get together for a week, and then split up for 3 or 4 weeks, and that way you'd appreciate each other when you got back together. Hello, Lillian.
Hi, Lillian.
It sure does. Right, there ain't no joke about that.
So I wasn't very.
Remember?
I wasn't single, nor did I live alone most of my first 30 years of my adulthood. But in between relationships, when I was single, you'd always know where to find me because I was down at this one particular bar, and I hung out there for forever, and that's where you could always find me. But
Lillian.
that's during the times that I'm single, in between relationships. But I'm single now. I've been single for 4 or 5 years now, and I don't go to the bar no more. That's a change in me. I just don't do it no more.
I've been
Yeah,
single for 7 months.
for 7 months.
By the time I was starting as a young adult, starting the club scene at 9 o'clock every night. Today I'm in bed by 9 o'clock most nights.
Yeah, you can get spoiled to it, Meg. There's no joke about that. My first marriage, I was single 8 or 9 years, and on that one, I ran the bars and the nightclubs and partying and that kind of stuff. After that second divorce, it was different. I I get in one of them bars and I get bored because within 30 minutes you could tell who everybody was. This old boy's crying into his beer, just got a divorce, and this gal sitting on that same bar stool every damn night. And, you could just sort of walk in and look around and you knew all their stories. The same bullshit, just different bar.
Yep.
And I got where I didn't go in them anymore. I just, was my ball game.
Bars have never been my steam.
I was such a fixture at the one I hung out that
Nobody asked your opinion, Callie.
they threw birthday parties, when it was my birthday. So I was pretty tight in there, but at some point, and it was just like old turkey. I just stopped hanging out there, stopped hanging out in bars, and I like my home time, and I kind of like living alone. I like living with somebody too. If it's somebody that I'm in a relationship with.
Okay, River.
but it's not bad living alone. I enjoy it.
No, I'm not gonna lie to anybody. I love women. Now there ain't no doubt about that. But by the same token, I've got enough sense to know that there's probably not many women around. I've been single long enough that there's not many women around that could put up with me, and I don't know if I could put up with them. Just, I'm better off being just about like I am.
Well, at least you
But
admit it.
Yeah, I've got friends of mine that got to be married now. I don't give a damn how bad it is. They can get a divorce and they're looking to get married again in 30 days, And it's like, what in the hell is wrong with you? I had one friend of mine that I found out he was fixing to get married, and he was a good looking guy. And he had been married a couple times. Both his wives were knockouts. And I found out he was going with this old gal. And she was excuse my French, but certified registered bitch now. I mean, just she had her paper. And I jumped him one day. I heard he was thinking get married. I said, what in the hell is wrong with you? He said, man, I'm tired of doing my own damn clothes and cooking my own meals and all that. I said, damn, boy, you can hire somebody to do that. You don't have to get married. And it was funny. He got married and stayed married until he died. That might have been what killed him. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm in this phase where if it happens, it happens. I'm not trying to find another or force it anymore.
I can't do that. Like this last relationship I was in, that's done and over. And I'm just, even that came out of nowhere really, and wasn't looking for that. And just, I've never been the one to do the dating sites and whatever. Like even my boss, after everything happened this summer, she put Tinder on my phone, and just having it on my phone gave me so much anxiety. And I'm like, I had to delete it. I'm like, I can't, just having it on the phone, I could not do it. And I'm not the type to go out to bars or meet people and stuff. So yeah, I don't know.
I want to
It's been better. It's
tell
been
you
around.
what's different about the way things are now. You go out, I'm talking about from a guy's standpoint, you go out with some gal and have a good time. Go out to dinner, whatever. And the second time you go out with her, if you don't call her by noon the next day, she'll be chewing on your butt because you didn't call her. And the third day that you have, well, she'll show up with a damn suitcase in her hand, decide she's going to spend the weekend or spend from now on. And it's just like, damn. And it's just a different world.
Tommy, you're
And
right. When you get older, certain ways, it's harder. Anybody come in and disturb my world. That's right.
And
It could happen. It could happen.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that there's not somebody out there, but damn, I would be awful cautious.
Yep.
It wouldn't be a one night stand. That's for damn sure.
Mike
I'm
and
so guarded.
Bernade, they never got married. Or Bernade was married, but Mike never did get married. That's pretty smart.
No, I'm just too guarded and too. Yeah, I'm just too guarded and too. What am I looking for? Too introverted.
I'm agreeing to your comments, Janice.
I've been separated for 21 years. Had one relationship in there that lasted 3 months and just decided to break it off on my birthday.
Yeah, I had that.
And since then, it's like my standards are too high. But I'm still separated. I'm not officially divorced.
How many years?
How many you're separated? 21.
How many together?
Almost 8.
Congratulations.
Basically,
Anniversary.
we would have been married 28 years. And December was our anniversary.
Tommy, that was it was an early gift to myself last year. I said, you got to go. I don't want to talk to you no more.
My ex and I
Tell you a crazy one on
an accident last year.
Ray.
Yeah. Hey.
I was
There's nothing
married
wrong with
to
that. Nobody says you just have to be with one person.
I was married the first time, and I was crazy about that old gal, high school sweetheart, and all that business. And then when we got a divorce, I think I went to court 15 times in 16 years, something like that, over child support and that kind of stuff. We didn't get along at all. And I don't know, I guess about 15 years ago, I was running an art shop at night. She come walking in about 9 o'clock one night. I hadn't seen her in 25 years. She come walk in, sat down at the table and started talking just like everything was normal, you know. And I'm like, what the hell? And she finally told me, said, I got thinking about it. We had a good thing going. Said, I want to come back. I said, you out of your damn mind. 25 years and I ain't even laid eyes on you. And I said, I was a kid then. You couldn't handle me now. You might have handled me when I was 18, 19 years old, but not now. And I can't believe somebody had the gall even make that proposition. I mean, it's stupid.
I had the exact same thing happen to me, Ron, after exactly 25 years. It was like, it was a 25-year check-in or something, but I'm sitting in that bar I was talking about earlier and having me a beer and it was a busy weekend night. And all of a sudden I get tapped on my shoulder and I turn around and there she is. I'm like, holy shit. That is literally what I said, but so I'm not lying. But um, nothing had changed about her in all those years. So nothing. Everything that I picked up on and didn't, couldn't live with, was still present and accounted for.
No, so my ex worked at Quick Trip, and I thought I knew what store that he was working in at the time, and I had started this job at a new school, and I would stop into this Quick Trip and I would get like Dr. Pepper or every once in a while a donut or whatever. I'd stop in on my way to work. And I go in there one morning and I got my stuff up and I hear, "Hey, I haven't seen you in a while." I look up, I'm like, and I got so frustrated because it was my ex in there, and I'm like, where's my money? Like, I haven't seen you in like 4 years. Like, yeah, it was fun. I'm just like,
Life's a funny thing, isn't it? There's some surprises you don't need.
Like, it's like 8 o'clock in the morning. I don't need to see you at Quick Trip. Like, why are you working at this store? This is my Quick Trip. Like, go away.
I'd been hanging in that place so long that I was really tight with the bartender, and she had gone to the bartender asking if I was there before she came over to where I was, and he told me later she had come up to the bar and said, is Ron around? And he's like, oh, and she said, I see. She says, I see Ron over there, but I don't want to, get him in trouble or anything. Does he have a girlfriend or wife or whatever? And Bill goes, he's got 8 girlfriends in here. Which one you want to know about? And he told me about that later. I said, 8? Where'd you come up with that number? I was dating a couple of women in there, but not 8. But she went
that night, my ex was in there. It was like having a rattlesnake in it. As long as I could see it, I'm all right with it. But that son of a bitch bites. I didn't want no part of it. I don't know. Life is
later. The bartender told me you have 8 girlfriends in here. I said,
sure.
One actually left. There's only 7 here now.
If I were to see that ex around here, I'd be like, what in the world are you doing in Texas? Go back to Missouri.
Get out of my story.
Well, life's a bitch, and then you die.
I've been hanging out there 8 years at that point. And Bill really backed me up on that one. I remember that one.
I just get bored in a damn bar or nightclub anymore.
Yeah.
It's really boring to me. And, used to, I go in there and have a good time. I don't more. It's just not a deal. I tell you what, the last time I was in a nightclub, I had a blast. A buddy of mine from Fort Worth called me, and the Chippendales were going to be at his bar that weekend. Well, no guys can be there for bouncers. And so he told me, said, you come up here and we'll have to stay out of sight. But, I got some women bouncers here, but we're going to have to, if something really bad happens, I need some help. So I went up there. We're sitting up in his office, and he had a big plate glass window, and it was a one-way glass. You could see out, you couldn't see in. And I sit there and watch them women when there wasn't no men around. And I tell you what, I got an education that night now. I laughed. He'd be telling me, shut up, damn it, they're going to hear you. I was laughing my fool head off now.
So, Renee goes, do all your exes live in Texas, Ron?
Yeah, that's the one. I actually been married 2 times, and one of those was not from Texas.
I have an ex in Nebraska.
All my other exes
are in Missouri. Most of mine are in Missouri, but one in Nebraska, one in Missouri, and one wherever the heck he is right now.
She's the only one that wasn't Texas.
I'll tell you what, I was lucky. The 3rd time I got married, I got a good one. And we had a good marriage for a long time. I guess I lucked out. 1 out of 3, I guess, is not bad.
My first marriage was a joke. It didn't last long, and I barely even counted, except for it was legit. We actually got married, we went through the process and all, but it didn't last long after that.
Damn, this is making me nervous. I'll have to have a panic attack about all this damn stuff if I get married now. Make cold chills go up my back.
Breathe, Ron, breathe.
Hey, panic attacks are no fun. I've had several the last couple days, and I've had several over the last month.
I faked one time. Yes, I faked it.
I never had a panic attack in my life that I really knew about. And I used to climb. It didn't make any difference if I was 1,000 foot tall. I'd climb and work on it. And I don't know, here about years ago, I had to get inside a tank and do a job for some people. It's real tight. You could barely get in there. And I sort of freaked out on that thing. That's the first time I ever really did that. You had to talk to yourself to make yourself settle down. Yeah, I have a panic attack every time I go on the damn airport, Janet.
Mine have been bad, like having one today, like yesterday having one when I went into Walmart, like going in the grocery store. I was like, you know what? I was telling somebody, I was like, I think the next time I need groceries, I'm going to have to order them online and go pick them up, because I don't even want to, until I get everything figured out. I don't even think I can go into the grocery store. Like, and I was like yesterday, I guess, that when I was in Walmart getting the vitamin D and the iron and everything, it was like when it started, I was getting ready to check out. And so I didn't have to stay in the store longer than I needed to. But like last week at the grocery store, it was bad.
Hey, I'm not bad about Walmart or something like that, but now I do not like crowds. I mean, like at a ball game or something like that. Now, I'm not comfortable there. It just, I just don't do that.
But and I can't figure out, and I'm gonna have to, when I go to my appointment next week and ask her about the grocery store, I can't figure out why this grocery store is doing it to me. I don't know why. I don't know. The first time I thought it was just because it was Super Bowl Sunday and it was so busy, but this last time it was like the normal busy of when I go typically, and
I love ordering groceries and having them delivered to the house. I love it. Don't do it all the time, but I love it when I do it.
So it's just, I don't know if it's the crowd, and like we're at work, like I'll have them every once in a while. I've been having them every once in a while, but like today I just told the other manager, I'm like, I'm going to stay in the kitchen. You run out front, because I can't talk to people today.
I'm like you, Lillian. I don't like that. And there's certain things I don't like. I don't want somebody walking behind me or that kind of stuff. I just step off and look at somebody. I mean, look at something if somebody's walking right on my heels. I don't like that. It's funny what you get into, the habits you get in.
I had that a couple of weeks ago. I was sitting waiting to go into an area, and this guy kept pacing back and forth. And every time he went back and forth, he kind of get closer and closer to where I am. Like, he was within 3 feet of me. It's like, dude, you're in my space. Like, and I'm getting really anxious. I was like, I almost had to get the hell out of there, but thank God he got called to go first. But
it just, and then times are so different right now. There's a lot of stress on people. There's crap going on, and different kind of things that are going on right now. I'm not going to name them, but it's extra stress that normally you wouldn't have, and sometimes that's enough to make it rough.
Well, for me, like Wednesday, that's when I had the panic attack in the grocery store. Thursday, I went and had the doctor's appointment and went out with my boss, and I was fine. I did the live. I was fine. Friday, I had my appointment, was fine. Saturday, I was great at work. Sunday, I was great. Monday crashed and burned, and these last 3 days have been the worst out of the whole month.
And but something, I'm gonna give you a little hint about something. I've been in pretty bad shape at certain times in my life. And the thing that always keeps me going is if I have a bad day, and I used to have some bad days, and is that I know it's gonna get better. This ain't gonna last. And once you figure out that it's a cycle that you're gonna put up with per day or a couple of days or a week and then you'll start coming out of it. That helped me a lot, just knowing that.
No.
Because it's you're gonna be all right eventually. And
I don't think I'm gonna be okay until I figure out this one piece, and that's what the counseling tonight. That's what we're gonna figure out is like this one piece, and then everything will fall into place.
well, I used to have nightmares about one piece myself.
Huh. But until I figure that out, I don't. But I can't. And the figuring out the grocery store of why.
What the heck's
Tim meds can help with panic attacks. So when I went to the doctor last week, they tested my thyroid and my vitamin D. Vitamin D's low, and she said if we can't get things figured out to go back in a month and we'll talk meds. But she won't. She wants me to try other stuff first. But with having the vitamin D deficiency, I don't know now.
There's a lot to that, Amy. Like I couldn't live like in Washington or Alaska or something like that where it stayed dark. And it really affects me. I'll tell you something else, and y'all gonna laugh about this one. But if it's a damn full moon, it affects a lot of people.
Oh yeah.
And really affects sleep.
Young folks and seniors, especially.
Well, we talked about food, and we talked about boobs, and we've talked about being married, and we've talked about panic attack. One thing about it, we don't ever get hung up on one subject in here, do we?
No.
For some reason, I missed the boob part. That must have been in the beginning.
Well, they talked about my butt for a long time too, so I don't know why.
What do you mean you don't know why? Now, Amy, come on, you're not that damn innocent.
I got up.
You're gonna go to stuttering like Kenny here in a minute.
Innocent, no. Amy? Are you kidding?
I am innocent, and I am an angel.
Yes, dear.
Aren't we both?
I told y'all a long time ago. I say yes, dear, and no, dear, and yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am. And I won't mean it, but I'll damn sure say it anyway.
Hello, Trouble Tim.
Hey, Tim.
Hey, Tim.
Paula, I just got up, and apparently they saw my butt, and because I said don't look at my butt, they went off on a tangent. I don't know.
Hello, Tim.
Good night, Crystal.
Good night, Crystal.
Good night, Crystal.
Ladies act like you don't like somebody looking at your butt. If we didn't pay any attention to your butt, it hurt your feelings.
Not really. No.
I can't miss mine.
That's why they make tall people and short people and wide people and narrow people.
Oh.
Hey, Paula.
Oh, I'm live.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are live.
I took your advice, Paula. She told me that I need to put that Trouble with Ron up there. I think that's going to be the heading on this live stream from now on.
I've been calling you Trouble for a long time.
been my middle name most of my life. My mom told me I was a good kid until I grew up.
So get this.
Like that,
So
Lily.
with everything that I'm going through, Mom hasn't said anything. Last I talked to her was when I got back and she asked if my phone was in my apartment. She texted me yesterday to tell me to go vote for some primary governor person. And I'm like, really? Like, I'm going through all of this stuff. And you tell me to go vote for somebody. Okay, whatever.
I damn sure got to agree with you on that, Ray.
Ray thinks she had right nice butt there, Amy. Better than Kevin's, Ron's, and Ron's put together.
I don't know about the two rows. I can say probably
Did
better
you
than
get my
Kevin.
butt when I got up?
Nope.
Hell, I don't have enough butt to go around anyway. It barely got enough to sit on.
Did you mention butts on that list a minute ago? You were naming off.
No, I forgot about that. You should have reminded me, Amy.
Sorry.
Three
The
pairs
mind's
of
going.
moonshine. Ooh, 3 jars of moonshine for U22. I can't read. Reading is hard.
Yeah, I'm like you, River. I might say I do, but I'm not going to say I'm blind. I never have.
Tim,
You,
Oh.
you women are just as bad as the men are. A good-looking woman comes walking by, and a guy turn around and look at her. And a good-looking guy in a pair of tight jeans come walking by, and you'll look at the guy you're with and see if he's watching you. If he's not watching with you, then you'll look. Y'all
But-
just sneaky. That's
if you're
all.
the
That's
guy
check to
you
make
get
sure the
caught-
jeans fit.
if you're the guy and you get caught watching this, stop that.
Yeah.
Stop looking at her.
But they're damn sure taking. And
Sometimes
just
you
sneaky.
stop looking at her.
they just sneaky about it. That's all. Look here, Amy's having evil thoughts again.
I'm an angel.
She's an angel, she said.
You notice how she always rubs the side of her head when she says that? She's trying to get that halo to stand back up.
got that subconscious
It's this
tell.
one crazy hair of mine.
She got that subconscious tell when she's not being 100% truthful. She does that thing.
No,
That a nervous twitch?
probably.
I'm an angel.
Yeah, I had a freaking mess the last month.
Damn, you must have polished that thing. It's plumb shiny tonight, Michael Ann.
God, bright. Turn that down. There, I'm an angel.
I got my bird here right on. It's up there somewhere. Lighting up.
Thank
with
you,
some-
Meg. Meg says Amy is not evil.
She was evil.
See there.
The days with her out in the sea.
Janice is telling the truth now, so she don't like a guy with his pants at half mast.
Probably have former employees that think I'm evil. You know, the ones I fired for whatever. Or
I don't think there's many angels in this damn place. Them halos are plenty tattered.
Paula says you know Angel Michael Ann.
oh, guess what today is? Guess what I did 15 years today on March 3rd, 2007.
What?
You were born.
No, 15 years ago. Thank you.
Neither are you, Paula, and I've got it on video.
I signed my paperwork at my job, so I've been with my company for 15 years today.
Nice.
It's my 15-year anniversary, March 3rd.
You certified now,
Something like that.
Paula says I'm no angel. I got her on video from Ontario 21. She ain't no angel either.
None of us are angels except Amy. She claims that one. You can get up to some shenanigans, though. Yeah.
Because of upside down pineapples? I did not start that. Well, maybe I did. Because Danny and I taught Kenny what they mean, and it just took off from there. And it only really took off more because you were a pineapple Branson.
Hey, I didn't know anything about what any symbolism contained inside the print of that shirt. I was walking through a store, it caught my attention. I literally reached over there and grabbed it and said, I like it. And I took it and bought it. I saw no symbolism in that shirt. And then you come telling me about cruise ships. Oh, cruise ships. You know, that's the way you find the party after the party at cruise ships.
Hold on. I did not say pineapple. Blaine, Danny, and Kenny are the ones who told you about the pineapples. I just happened to tell Kenny.
It's okay.
Yes, I noticed pineapples everywhere now,
Yes,
too.
I do too.
Me too.
I got my T-shirt then for that, and it says right across the front, "This is Ron D," and on the back it says, "I do not like pineapple."
This is one of my cruise groups.
I'm a huge pineapple fan, even before any of this.
The pizza on pineapple rather
Yes.
than pineapple pizza?
Hold on.
Oh my Lord!
That's a good one.
That reminds me, I have 2 pineapples in my trunk.
Hold on, and then there was this one. I think I've shown you guys this one before.
You talking about the trunk of your car or the trunk of your britches?
My car. My car. Yeah. I get more views to Chrome than with that haircut. I don't want that many views that badly.
We've been saying that for a while there, Kissy Willie.
River,
I thought you all see pineapples. Yes, I see pineapples everywhere. The other day, the sign at the grocery store said that they were extra large pineapples.
You know who sees pineapples everywhere? Charlie Grace. Charlie Grace. She showed up with this like card. It's like a decoration or something you buy. It's just a pineapple shaped card with a pineapple drawn that was printed on it. That showed up.
So River 6 van life is so. What about a pineapple?
A pineapple with a baby on board suction cups on it showed up on my car.
Do you know who put that there? No,
I don't.
I may have an inkling, but I don't know for sure because I've heard about it.
I guess River needs an education about pineapples.
Okay, so River, I'm from the cruising community. And
don't listen to her. She doesn't know anything.
What? There's a symbol that if you have an upside down pineapple on your cabin door on your cruise ship, you're a swinger looking for other swingers. This guy decided to wear a pineapple shirt to a meetup and didn't know what it meant, and that was 7-8 months ago, and everyone's giving him a crap.
I walked right in the middle of a venomous den of YouTubers. Venomous.
Blaine, Danny, and Kenny, and Travis and I are not venomous. Maybe one of the people there, and I'm not going to mention their name.
Apparently, it just talked about all this on a live stream like the Friday before that day I walked into that moonshinery with that shirt on. So it fed right into their hands on that, coming off that live stream talking about it fresh. I didn't know any of this stuff. I was just bebopping my way into, into the moonshinery, gonna have some breakfast.
And then he goes to another meetup, and Nate decides to go buy all these pineapples and give everybody pineapples to
He
give to
bought
Ron.
like 32 or something.
He bought 5. Somebody put a pineapple in his bed.
If you're me, it looks more like 32 because the same 5 pineapples end up coming to you several times. I mean, and you ought to see, you ought to see at Mayberry. There was pineapples gathered up around my tent as if I was some guru. They come to save their lives, their savior or something, and I had to make a speech in the whole bit.
You have to wonder what was going through the minds of the people at that Walmart in Mayberry, where like everybody they're like sold out of pineapples.
Yeah,
They're like, it's
the
September.
produce
Why?
manager's like, what's going on with pineapples? What? We're all of a sudden we're out of pineapples and we got a whole month till the next truck comes.
Next time, do that. Gonna get some big googly eyes on them.
That's a good idea because then the pineapples will be watching you, Ron.
I swear, I think I handed out 14 pineapples at the at the meet and greet on the last night of M20 Mayberry.
Yeah, because you only had 5 pineapples at M21.
Man, I swear it was more than that. I mean,
Nate said
one
he only
showed
bought
up.
5. Well, he said he bought 5 or 6. I don't remember, but it was 5 or 6. That's how many he bought.
One appeared on top of a picnic table that was no more than 15 feet away from me, in my peripheral vision, mind you. I just walked past that table to get to where I was standing, and I didn't see anybody, but then I turned to go back where I came from, back past that picnic table, and there was a pineapple sitting on it.
It was probably Nate.
I didn't see anybody.
Didn't he try to sneak one into your rig when you were there and he got caught?
Was that it?
It was probably Nate.
No. Tommy. No, Tommy. Nothing freaky like that. Although I don't mind if you do. It's your thing. It's fine.
Did y'all realize that we've been on here 2.5 hours already?
No.
Yeah, Floss. Lillian says, don't forget Floss. Floss, sweet little old lady. Just
they got Floss to give you one.
Well, even better, he blames me and Amy. I stuck across the border, and Amy wasn't there either.
I was on a cruise ship. I got blamed.
Calling after me, Ron. I want to talk to you. Hold up. And when she comes up to me, she appears with this pineapple. Here you go. Here's one from me. And I'm like, oh, it's not you, too.
But how I'm the one who got blamed from the start of all of this, I don't know.
So, I don't know. I tried to find the email you're talking about before. What am I looking for? Yeah, it was a lot of pineapples, Ray. And
but Ron, you just have to face the fact that any meetup you go to now, there's going to be pineapples involved.
Well, that's not really a bad thing because, especially if Travis and Yanai there, because Yanai knows what to do with pineapple. I think
she can make pina coladas with it.
Yeah, she can make pina coladas. I'll just I'll cut it up and put it on my pizza. Ooh, got to rattle any feathers there?
No.
We're all good with the pineapple on pizza then? I know I am. The best thing about the whole thing for me was that M21 when Kevin's daughter and friend made that pineapple upside down cake. That was good pineapple upside down cake. That was really good. I like it. I like it when it's it's time to eat. That especially, I love pineapple, so I don't mind the pineapple upside down cake jokes as long as there's cake. Pineapple delight.
Oh, so little pissy Willie goes, "You do a video on cutting a pineapple?" I actually have a live where I carved a pineapple.
Yeah, she pioneered pineapple carving. No, that was already a thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, I saw it somewhere, but I have a live where I carved a pineapple. It's called like Sunday Night Live, the one where I carve a pineapple or something like that.
That was a fruit carving that one was going around too, and I was going to get one to do it, to do your challenge as well as the one I got challenged, but I didn't get out to get a pineapple, so I ended up using apples that I had in the drawer.
Janice, you can send me that at ronseesamerica@gmail.com. So, Mike, I have done a little. I don't know if you saw, Mike, if you saw my pineapple IPA video, but that's as close as I've come to. Well, I noticed that a couple of pineapples joined me on the beach in that video. So,
I was just disappointed one wasn't upside down. Just gonna say.
Well, they don't usually roll that way. Those are only the freaks.
That's true.
They're most pineapples are pretty normal pineapples. They're, they don't get all into this freaky stuff and all that stuff. They just kick back in the sand like those were.
Hello, Lorraine.
Now I have to ask, did you get any weird looks for filming with pineapples on a beach?
Yes, I've got a few. But I just ignored them and did my thing. I don't know how many takes I did to try to get some of that stuff, but I was out there for a little while looking like an idiot, running back and forth between that chair. You notice in the video how I cut my head half off? I didn't mean to do that. While I was doing the taste test, my head was half cut off at the top of the camera, and
like that.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh man, and I don't know why I didn't catch it while I was at the beach, but I didn't get to do that. I didn't redo that particular shot, but it's all right. You get the drift.
Well, it's almost where you get used to weird looks and going around with your camera or whatever, talking to.
Yeah.
Oh, you definitely get that. You get that from somebody passing you on, and you stop, take a picture on the side of the road because people gawk at you and like, ain't you seen somebody take a picture before?
Well, I did one little short video on Christmas lights in my neighborhood. And I went across this way today, and I'm videoing. All of a sudden, I noticed there's a guy standing by the garage. Like, how to move over.
Sometimes if you're out there filming or whatever, sometimes you're going to get some traffic noise because of the nature of what you're filming, maybe off the side of the road or whatever. But then you have some butthole that comes by, honk, 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 and ruins your video. It's like your video's now honk, 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 honk. Instead of that bald eagle you were filming at the top of the tree that's no longer there.
I was walking over to meet the little girl I babysit after school to get off the bus, and I was like, "Oh, it sounds like birds are tweeting. It's almost like spring. I should video this." And then, truck, buses, everything going by. It's like, I forget it.
Yeah, I'm looking for a sponsor, Amy.
A pineapple sponsor?
No.
Just get with Dole. Send Dole a message. Be like, hey.
I tweeted at that Sweetwater Brewing about that that pineapple IPA, but they didn't tweet me back. I looked at their feed though; they don't do that very often. Most of it's their stuff.
You won't never live that down, Ron.
Nope.
Somebody will come to your funeral and put a damn pineapple on top of the casket.
So roses on top of the casket. We come along going pineapple, pineapple. Oh, couldn't find one can of pineapple.
Well, the fact that the pineapple thing happened like 7 months ago, and it's still being talked about. I mean, and we've been teasing Kenny about Tinder for 2 years now, so.
Yeah, I just got to own it. That's all I can do. I really had no clue that was going on cruise ships.
River was asking for what swinging was too. Swinging's are swapping partners there.
Yep.
Yeah,
Ray says it's great branding.
A long time ago. Oh, it's great branding. Yeah. Yeah, that absolutely doesn't hurt.
Yeah, I've edited out background noise before, but I don't know music in. But still, then I have to do the vocal over top.
Well, see, doing that Going Coastal IPA beer taste test, that was just just kind of a message to me that I might as well own it, and run with it and have some fun with it because it's not going away.
Nope.
As long as there's somebody in the community with a memory of it, it's not going to go away.
Ron.
Well, every now and then you'll see tags from me having to do with pineapple, just for fun.
Yeah, they were nicknaming you a little bit, that Ron Apple. You ought to go ahead and change your name to that, and that way they could keep me and you apart.
No.
Don't you think you ought to change your name, Emmy?
That would be me doing that for you, but
Trouble?
Well, hold on, no, wait. I believe there was a poll on somebody's community tab of what your new channel name should be, and there was like Ron Sees Pineapples, Pineapple Ron Apple. I don't even remember all of them, but I liked Ron Sees Pineapples
because I vote for my name the way it is.
Or the one I liked was Pineapple Ron Sees America.
Hey, wait a minute. That wouldn't be no good for me, dear Troy. I want to have a snack too.
Don't put a pineapple in the casket with you. He'll be in your pineapple shirt.
Oh, Lord.
Ron Sees America.
Come on, y'all seen enough of my channel already to know I can't change it to that name. I go and see little corners of America, and I bring you those stories back. If I had a story about, if I had a like an ongoing story about, two pineapples in love or something, maybe, I don't know, something like that, but no. I very rarely run into pineapples in my job.
I see pineapples every day at mine.
Oh yeah, I know you do, and so does even when you don't work, because you're usually on a cruise ship and see them there.
Oh, they getting all kind of nicknames for you figured out here.
Oh,
Ron Apple Travel, Pineapple Adventurer.
Yeah, it happens every time the subject comes up.
Traveling pineapple.
Pineapple Traveler.
Yeah. It's on my homepage, Fair Dust.
Remember, I can see it now. In quotes, for a good time, and a photo of Ron with a pineapple and a bottle of chocolate syrup on the beach.
Come partake of my chocolate salty balls. That's okay. Excuse me, I'm getting one. Clean it up here.
Damn, I done laughed so much tonight. My jaws are hurting.
Pineapple.
Yep. I gotta let the dog back in. I'll be back in a minute.
He wants in, or she.
Yeah, see, Amy, I'm sparing everybody on me. I turn the damn cam off where they can't look at my butt.
Come on, man. What's fair is fair. No, Tim, I actually don't. I mean, I could do it. If I had a recipe, I could do it. I need to borrow your
Troy.
Are you a pineapple traveler? Wing on over to Ron Apple's room, where adventures abound.
Troy. That was a good one.
Thanks, Lillian.
You make videos?
Yes, she makes it. She does CS Kitchen CSI.
Why don't I know that? Let me go see why I'm not getting. Because not everybody has channels. Well, I haven't seen any notifications. Let me see why.
I do videos. I go live every Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard.
I think I do get those.
Just knock 3 times on the window and ask for ID at Ron Loves.
I've actually
Loves Adventures.
I've actually popped in alert a couple. Yeah, I got you subscribed and belled. So okay, just making sure it wasn't one of them funny YouTube shenanigans where they unsubscribe you because you haven't watched the video in enough time.
Mine's been doing that. I've been bopping up and down between 140 and 142 subscribers this week.
Crystal says she's in the wrong chat. Not 3 times, that's for ID. Ron Apple Loves Adventures. You guys are funny.
We're funny. You're the one with the weird T-shirt.
I wish that shirt wasn't in my dirty laundry. I'd show it to you, but I don't have it with me.
That's good. I mean, that's not.
Well, it's in my dirty laundry. It's still in my car because I got to take it to the laundromat. I was in there from when I was on my trip east.
River, they got one here, but I don't really know when it is.
Are you guys going to have a meetup when I drive through Texas in a few weeks? What part of Texas are you going through, River? And then, Tim, you get all these free pineapples and you should throw it in everyone's face. You cooked upside down pineapples and made a cake, Ron sees.
Yes, Lillian, I am going to be at O22 camp, the meetup organizers camp site, Gracie's or Gina's, but most likely Gracie's. Me and Gracie have some trip planning to do during that meetup.
Gracie's awesome.
Dirty laundry.
We're gonna be caravanning across the northern states after that meetup. So from the meetup all the way to Michigan 22, we're gonna be hanging out caravanning.
I can see it now. Ron's gonna go live for pineapple giveaways.
Tim.
You have to send them all kinds of pineapple recipes.
I'm gonna
Hey,
start me a live in here one of these nights. Pineapple with Ron.
Hey, send the recipes because my gosh, I can get the pineapples without even trying. All I have to do is go to say that I'm going to a meetup and they'll be there.
Somebody at the meetup will get you a pineapple. Probably more than one somebody.
People try to get it to me in sneaky ways like Floss, I don't know what she was doing with it as she walked up to me or where it came from. It totally took me by surprise. And then they slipped an upside down one in my bed underneath my covers.
Thank you, Travis.
And I went to try to sneak me a quick nap and laid down on top of it. I won't tell y'all the rest of the story. Y'all won't.
We don't want to know. That's between you and the pineapple.
That's between me and the pineapple.
Ron, when you lay down on top of that pineapple, do you have flashbacks and think you need to shave your leg?
Yes. Let me have you. Tim, I mean, when I come out west, you were definitely on my list of meetups. So make sure. Hey, did you say you were in a house? I thought you were in an apartment. I think I heard you say you were in a house the other day. Or was that somebody else's house? Anyway, yeah, I'll be visiting you when I swing out that way. I just came through there, Tommy.
Hello, the one tonight. I can get pineapples.
Let me just lay it out there real quick since I got Ron D here with me, or I'm with Ron D, and yeah, that's what I thought, Tim. I'm just being clear on that. So I can sleep in your driveway, right? I at least can sleep in the driveway, right? If I can't sleep in the house, you'll let me sleep in the driveway. That's very generous and hospitable. That your hospitality is like epic, there, Tim.
Troy.
Aloha.
Troy, this is a family show. Michael Ann is here.
Just bring the pineapples. You do realize on this cruise, I'm going to somehow get a pineapple in your room.
Yeah, that took me by surprise. And I'm like, the first thing registered in my mind when I realized what happened was that somebody came in my house.
Well, like I told you the other day, I was like, somebody told me that it was Nate who did it. So then when I reached out to Nate, Nate's like, I didn't do it, but I know who did. And he told me it was Travis. And then like the next day at the airport, Travis tells me that he did it. And then I kept that secret for a long time until he released the video.
I changed the avatars asking you.
I'm like, I don't know. No, I said I knew who did it, but I couldn't tell who did it. I had to keep that secret.
That would be fun, River.
I wonder if I still have that avatar. I don't know. Do we still say avatar or we call it something else?
Oh, that's an avatar.
Yeah, I do.
Pretty
Tell me. She said, no, Ron. No.
And then it came out on one of my lives that Travis put the pineapple in your bed.
Mm-hmm. Cat got out of the bag. So did the pineapple.
I think it was the night I carved the pineapple that it got told to you who put the pineapple in.
Oh, you were distracting me. I knew you weren't so innocent, Angel. You were distracting me.
I didn't know. I didn't record the pineapple. I didn't know Travis was going to release the video that day.
Hi, Lorraine. Are they? Did I hear it right? Are they just releasing the M21 content?
Travis and Unite, they put out a video of the RV thing that they saw before they headed to M21, or while they were headed to M21.
So they're cycling finally to the M21. And I thought I was late getting that stuff out, but if they're releasing it, I might go ahead and release mine too. And make it M21 surge in Algo.
Might as well.
Yeah.
Well, why
Content.
not? Oh, I've got some, but it got delayed and then got delayed, and I thought, shoot, this might as well not even worry about this anymore.
Come to think about it, I don't think Nate ever released M20. I don't think anybody really released a whole lot of M21 stuff.
I know I got slowed down by my own things going on, being sick. I don't know why they haven't, but I haven't. Gee, when was that?
I was in September.
Late September.
End of September, like September 24th-ish.
I've been busy quite a bit of the time since then. Well, what are you laughing at, Tim?
Pineapple Live Rocks.
Are we funny?
The only thing I've seen of M21 was live streams. Didn't see any videos.
Well, I don't
think Nomok ever released anything. Nate didn't. Travisine and I haven't.
Well, I've got around the horn type thing. Everybody telling their story that was in the group that night, but there's at least one person in it that's demonstrated that they don't like being put on somebody's videos without their permission. So I haven't published it.
Yeah, I gotta watch on that.
Tim says that Dream on Wheels released the most videos of M21. I don't remember anybody really. I just remember people doing lives and not, like they said, not very many videos.
I released one for Nomadic Bandman Wayne's Kenny's taste testing contest thing, taste test video contest. I ended up winning that one.
I guess what I have seen now that I think about it is they did do tours of the campground, but that was while they were still there.
Well, I've got a review of the campground, and seems to me, I could have released that pretty much pretty closely following on M21, but I decided rather than do that after we've already been, because it's kind of geared towards people that are going to the Michigan meetup, that I would wait and release that video before the Michigan 22 meetup. It's a tour and a review of the campground itself, like a Greens campground. And I did extensive video of that. I also want to talk to the owner and see if I can get him. She won't. I already tried with her. See if I can get him on video talking about it before I release that. But I'll release it before M22 as a kind of lead up to it.
Yeah.
For anybody that's thinking about going, they can check out the campground. It's a nice campground.
I was supposed to go, but things happened.
Live Rock. I'm sorry, Amy.
I said I was supposed to go to M21, but things happened, and so I went on a cruise instead.
Where am I traveling now? I am at home in DFW, Texas. I'm also in Texas. I'm not traveling.
Hey, we got 3 Texans and a Canadian.
I just got back. I just got back from the East Coast a few days ago, and I'll be heading in a few days. Let me check that. If I decide to go, I'll be heading out west in a few days.
You should go, Ron. You should go.
Oh! I was gonna say, because
Damn, I thought he done sat on a pineapple.
Well, I want while
You got the point.
that's exactly the noise that I would make, probably with a little more emphasis on the oh. If that actually did happen, because I mean, I'm imagining them pineapples.
Them remind me, I don't want no pineapple that he's been around.
Right? Now nobody's gonna want to eat your pineapples.
I didn't. No freaky.
Damn, we got Ron stuttering now.
No freaky stuff with pineapple.
Yeah, we don't want no bad apples.
Y'all have them with the tamper-proof seal. It's got a tamper-proof seal on the outside, so.
Damn, you gotta pick it up to cut the son of a.
Oh, almost forgot.
Got another one.
Tommy mentioned something about a Texas meetup or whatever. Well, I'm thinking about just that, and was wondering, whether anybody would be interested in even attending a Texas meetup in the springtime. I don't know about this coming spring. It's probably too late for that. But
if it's in Amarillo, I will be there.
Well, what if it's not? What if it's in the Texas Hill Country?
Maybe.
What if it is in Amarillo and you still don't make it? Then what's you going to do?
Well, I do have a jackass of a boss that would probably schedule me when I asked for the day off.
Right. They have a tendency to do that. No, I was just wondering. I was thinking about, I don't want to announce one because I want to gauge the interest first, but I don't know how to go about that. But
I think we should totally do a Texas meetup.
Yes, Renee. It's a BYOP meetup. Bring your own pineapple.
Yeah, there'll be a pineapple carving contest. Amy will be teaching it, teaching the pineapple carving class beforehand.
And then there can be a pineapple eating contest. Like, we can do so much stuff with pineapples. Like a whole weekend filled with pineapples.
Yep. Pineapple cooking class. What you can do on a one burner stove or.
So I have been thinking a lot about this to the point of at least that's what I was asking you about the Brazos the other day, Ron. Not so much about, because you'd already told me you'd shot it before, and I still want to do that. I want to do that with Matt and whoever else wants to come. Stan was talking about going. We haven't done that yet, but my target area for anything like that would be somewhere possibly along the Brazos, maybe. Because there's so much to see and do from an area from, say, Lake Whitney. Let's just say Lake Whitney. There's Waco to the south, which has some things that a lot of people like to go down there and see, the Magnolia thing, and Glen Rose, and there's all kinds of stuff in the area to do. DFW is an hour and a half away.
Yeah, Troy, that sounds like something some Texans would do.
Hey, I think I shared the video. Like, one of my old coworkers, they blew up a pineapple for the 4th of July. I think I've shown it in one of my lives where my manager blew up a pineapple. One of my coworkers blew up a pineapple.
I think Ray's losing it down here.
Keep talking. This is golden. Yeah. Golden pineapple.
Ray, how have you not gained any weight? I was looking at your video earlier and I'm like, he eats every time. How do you not gain weight?
He hardly ate all day.
Like I said earlier, I just turned on his live to him throwing marshmallows at the screen and Hershey Kisses.
He's always eating something, but he never
So,
gains
Ray,
anything.
I do have a question. Are these the same marshmallows, or do you keep buying marshmallows?
Are these the same marshmallows? Ew. They're all sticky.
Well, they wouldn't be sticky anymore. They'd be hard because they've been sitting on the floor of his van for 3 months.
Surprised you haven't got fuzz all over them.
Right?
Damn, they could really get kinky with a bed full of marshmallows and pineapples.
I don't want to know.
I'm not even gonna ask how you would manage that.
I guess you could stick a marshmallow on the end of every one of them leaves. Might give you a little protection.
So Lorraine, you were one of the people that I was thinking of when I was thinking of who's in Texas. But I've got something a little, I'm not going to mention it right now because if I do a Texas meetup, part of the promotion of that meetup is what I'm talking about, not talking about. And it's a big thing. It's big. It's really big. And so it's big enough to be a draw, a big reason to go to a Texas meetup coming soon.
Well, I mean, people will just want to come to see all the pineapple activities.
No, but it's another, it's something, it's an event. I don't want to say any more because it's not official. I'm going to organize it yet, but I am gathering possible RV parks and stuff where shoot, the whole area has several RV parks, and this is big enough to overrun all of those RV parks. So,
okay. I'm intrigued.
You have a good one, Lillian.
See you, Lillian.
Good night, Lillian.
Well, we've been on here 3 hours and 10 minutes. I am fixing to shut this thing down. I'll be dead again in the morning. I got to get up early to go in the morning. But I have
I need a committee there, Lorraine, to help me with that, to help me kind of try to hash out and brainstorm that idea. So if you think of anything or location, let me know. Hill Country is a good place. I like Northern Hill Country. It's more where I'm talking about is more accessible to, like, if somebody wanted to go up to Dallas or Fort Worth or up in there for one of the nights of or days for a day trip or whatever.
Ooh, Ray has a good idea. The Secret Pineapple Society.
The Fort Worth stockyards. I'm trying to get through this without laughing at you, Amy. The stockyards are up there. And Glen Rose is a quaint, nice little town for walking in. It's got some paleontology history there too. There's one of the rivers in Glen Rose you can stand in dinosaur tracks, so that's pretty cool. And there's just all kinds of things to do in the area. I think it would make a great place for a meetup, and potentially very big meetup in, not the first one, but the second one.
River, your comment doesn't make any sense, I don't think. Roadkill Cafe, halfway between DFW and Amarillo. So between DFW and Amarillo, I don't remember driving past it.
I don't remember it either. I'm on I take 287 up there, but I don't remember it.
Yeah. Because I lived in DFW for the last year, and now I've lived in Amarillo since November.
Pineapple 22.
Well, I'm going to run one more live in here for tonight. It's Ron Apple instructions on how to cradle a pineapple. Good
Tim's
night, folks. I got to get out of here. Listen, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I wanna hit the sack too myself.
Yeah, I need to as well.
Y'all have a good one.
I'm
Had a
debating
good.
Good night, everybody.
All right. Good
I'm gonna
night,
be up in
everybody.
3
Good night,
hours.
everybody in chat. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for the jokes. Good stuff.
Yep.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Good night.